The following books, stories, plays, poems, or limericks you will hear on Right Time Radio are the intellectual property of the writers and authors mentioned. Any copying, recording, or reproduction of this work is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of the author. The content of this show is the individual expression of the author and does not necessarily reflect the views of the owner of this radio station.
It's the right time for Right Time Radio. I'm Tom Bruno.
And I'm Lynn Donovan.
Здравствуйте, господин.
Oh, goodness.
Привет. Садитесь. Садитесь, пожалуйста.
I'm impressed.
Как вас зовут? Okay, we'll go and switch to it. It's been a long time. Hey, welcome. We have a troupe of Russian theater players in the studio with us today.
Not exactly, but okay.
Kathy Heron, or Katrina Heron, is the director of
Katarina.
Katarina?
Yeah.
Ah,
As long as you're not calling me a bad name, I don't care. So,
as far as you know.
yeah.
All right. She is the director of a great play, and they're going to tell us a lot about it. And then at the end, what are we going to do? We're going to give something away.
Yeah, we have got 2 general admission tickets to this play, and we're going to need you to call in at the final quarter of the hour. We'll tell you when. Don't do it now.
Yeah.
But
Get off the
we're
phone,
gonna,
Kathy.
We're going to have you call in and win these tickets. So stay on the line with us so that you can know when to do that.
Okay. So, Kathy, tell us about this great play.
All right. Well, this is a play that we are doing with the historic Rialto Theater and the Rialto Players. And the show that we are doing is written by Neil Simon. And a lot of people will recognize Neil Simon's name. But this show is really kind of out of his genre. And so I'll tell you a little bit about that in just a second. But we do want to let you know we will be doing it the last 2 weekends in February at the Rialto. And we are able to do Fools by arrangement with Concord Theatricals on behalf of Samuel French Incorporated. So we are licensed with them, and we have to do just make sure that people are aware that this is not just an original production, and it is a professional production. Well, okay, it started that way. Anyway, so...
Hey, Kathy, why don't you introduce your cast here?
Well, first of all, I just want to mention that our show will be February 21st, 22nd, 28th, and 29th at 7 p.m., and February 23rd and March 1st at 3 p.m. Tickets are $12 for general admission, $10 for students and seniors. Tickets are available at City Market, Big D Superfoods, and, of course, at the Rialto box office. But we're going to encourage people to purchase your tickets in advance because we may accidentally sell out. So
that would be awesome.
That would be fabulous. And the backstory on this is this Neil Simon show, like I said, is not his typical kind of a show. So what happened is Neil Simon was going through a divorce, and his then soon-to-be ex-wife had said that she wanted the proceeds from his next production. And so when he wrote Fools, he purposely wrote it totally different than any other show because basically he wanted it to flop. And so it went on Broadway, and it did okay on Broadway. They closed a little bit early. But this is a fabulous show for community theater. It is so well written. The characters are so rich. And it is just a super, super fun show, family friendly. And we are just anxious to be able to present this to Fremont County. And so today I am thrilled that I have 2 of my cast members who have joined us here. And in just a little bit, they're actually going to do a little bit of the play for you. Yeah. But I have Dennis Rowe with me.
Good morning.
And I also have Rob Paulin.
Good morning.
So,
Hey, what do you guys do in real life? Or are you just professional actors?
I'm retired.
Ah,
Recently retired.
okay. And Rob?
I'm a pastor at a church in Florence.
Which one?
Praise Community Church.
Praise God. Okay. Where is that, by the way? I mean, my restaurant's in Florence, but I don't know where you're.
It's catty corner to Pioneer Park right on Pikes Peak Avenue.
Oh, wow. It's really close. Everything's really close in Florence, right?
Just walk down there.
All right. Well, I'm excited. So, hey, you guys need to listen because we may ask you a question, or we may just let it be for the giveaway at the end. We may just do first call, or we may ask you a question. So pay attention, guys, because especially to this snippet that we're going to do. We're going to do that after the break, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I just want to let folks know that in this cast, we have made it a multi-generational cast. So we have from like 82 to 13. We've got about 13, 14 people in the show. They come all kinds of different theater experience. For instance, this is Rob's second show, theater show ever. But you would never know that when you see him on stage. He was a professional musician. Dennis has been in several productions. Going back years ago with Fremont Civic Theater, he was Buffalo Bill Cody in Annie Get Your Gun. And then he's done some melodramas. He's done, we did a Christmas show last year that Dennis was part of. And so, but we have people that, run the gamut from having been in theater for decades to folks that this is their very first production. So it's going to be super fun.
And you have a diversity in ages of your cast members, too.
As I just mentioned, we... Yes, from 13 to 82.
Oh, yes.
And so,
awesome.
But we do have
I just thought that was really cool, so I wanted to highlight
Well, we
that.
wanted to be inclusive.
Little Emma, who's been on this show before.
Yeah, we've had Emma on
Emma's in the
Not
show.
little anymore.
But when people auditioned, we felt it was really important that, if we could find a place for them, we actually have people in the show that aren't written into the script, but we felt like if we could have some roles that could kind of flesh out what we were trying to present, that would be a lot of fun. And they have brought just amazing depth to the show.
That's
Lots
wonderful.
of fun.
Great.
See, and that's a real good reason why when someone has auditioned, you should go, whether you think you fit in or not,
Yeah.
because
They
most
could find a
people are
spot.
going to try to find a spot for you. So.
And, you said you have some people with decades of experience. One of the reasons you should go is because Kathy Heron has decades of experience.
It's
She
because
had-
I started when I was 12.
Yes.
So
Yes. I thought it was 2. Weren't you like Shirley Temple, child star? Anyway,
Child
so
prodigy.
decades is 2, so you're 22 now.
Yeah.
And anyway, she has directed many things, and she's written. We were just talking about beforehand. What have you written?
Ed Norton and I have written several melodramas. I wrote a melodrama. I wrote a play that
Ed works here,
pertains.
doesn't
Yeah, Ed Norton.
Yeah, I believe that name sounds familiar.
I wrote a play about domestic violence in the senior population to help bring awareness to that. So, yeah.
Yeah, lots of stuff. And yeah, he's always been a supporter of Fremont Civic Theater, although this
Absolutely.
one's presented over at the Rialto.
Right, all theater in any realm, any venue. I think it's just important that we continue to promote the arts. Performing arts for me just is very rewarding, kind of fills my soul. And so this is another great opportunity.
Absolutely. All right, we are going to take a break, and we want you to stay tuned because when we come back, you're going to hear a scene from this play that is absolutely hysterical, and it is called Fools. Thank you, Tom. Okay, we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be right back.
Thank you, Fremont County, for helping the Royal Gorge Route achieve its best year ever. In 2019, over 155,000 people from around the world rode the train. As a result, more than $11 million were spent by tourists in retail shops, restaurants, hotels, adventure outfitters, and more, all throughout Fremont County. As a way of saying thank you, train tickets are now 50% off for locals through March 6th. Get half off your train ticket today by calling us at 719-276-4000.
You have to be up in 5 hours, 2 hours, 6 minutes. And when you hear, you realize that you haven't slept a wink. That's why there's ZzzQuil Pure Z's, a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally with no next-day grogginess. It's available in both liquid and gummies, tastes great, and is non-habit forming. Pick up ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil. ZzzQuil Pure Z's, naturally superior sleep. Available at retailers near you.
And paid for by Protect My Car. Attention vehicle owners with an auto warranty about to expire or with no coverage at all. No matter the mileage on your vehicle, Protect My Car can provide a unique extended service plan to help you avoid costly repair bills and save you thousands. To celebrate 15 years in business, we further reduced our rates, and we're adding free roadside assistance, free towing, and free car rental at no cost to all new service plans. Call 800-981-7508 for your free quote. Again, that's 800-981-7508.
KRLN weather, mostly cloudy today, 40% chance of more light snow. The high today around 35. Mostly cloudy this evening, then becoming partly cloudy overnight, then on near 20. Sunny, breezy, and warmer tomorrow, the high around 52. 22 was our low this morning after a high of 45 yesterday. Up to 7 o'clock this morning, 3 inches of snow yielding 0.02 of an inch of precip. 31 degrees currently at the Weather Center.
Talk Radio 1400, KRLN.
Welcome back to Right Time Radio every Friday morning, live at 10 o'clock on KRLN 1400. Thanks, Carrie, for letting us play.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hey, we've got in the studio the director and 2 of the cast of Fools, and Fools is going to be, I'm going to tell them this time, okay, Kathy?
Okay.
It's going to be on February 21st, 22nd, 28th, 29th at 7 p.m. and then the 23rd and the March 1st at 3 p.m. So come see it at the Rialto Theater in Florence. So much good stuff happening in Florence and so much good stuff happening at the Rialto. I noticed Larry last night. Larry Baker has been a real big supporter of the Rialto, and he was on his knees fixing the floor.
He was.
That place gets better every time we see it. We'll talk more about that later. But thank you to the Fremont Regional Hospice for letting us be on the air, and I'm going to give the mic to Kathy so she can introduce this great snippet of Fools.
Well, first of all, I'm just going to let you know that this is set in a Russian village that's actually on the Ukrainian border. But anyway, in the 1890s. And unfortunately, this poor village has been cursed with stupidity. And so all of the people that live there struggle. And so we have our hero that comes in, and he's a young school teacher, and he doesn't know about the curse, but he is excited. And so we're going to share with you just a little bit from the beginning of the show to kind of introduce you a little bit to the premise of the show and to kind of give you an underlying understanding of what he may be facing. So, again, this is Rob Paulin and Dennis Rowe.
Thank you.
Rob?
Kolechikov. I like it. It is exactly as I pictured. A quiet, pleasant village, not too large. The perfect place for a school teacher to begin his new career. Well, to be honest, I did spend mornings for 2 years at a small children's school in Moscow, teaching tiny dots, rudimentary spelling and numbers. But this is my first bona fide professional appointment as a full-time schoolmaster. Actually, I never even heard of Kalenchikov, if it were not for the advertisement that a Dr. Zubritsky placed in the college journal. And although the position was in a remote village in the Ukraine, I jumped at the chance. And I'm not afraid to tell you that my heart is pounding with excitement. I get goosebumps just thinking about it. I have this passion for teaching Greek, Latin, astronomy, classic literature. Whew, those goosebumps. I don't see anyone around. Perhaps I've arrived a bit early. I am one of those extremely eager and enthusiastic people who's up at the crack of dawn ready to begin his day. This is a very, very auspicious day in my life.
Sound effect of a ram's horn.
Oh, excuse me.
Alenia, Lebanov, Marushka, Olga, where are you?
Oh, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Did you happen to see 24 sheep?
24 sheep?
Yes, there were 14 of them.
No, sorry.
Well, if you see them, Would you give them a message?
A message for the sheep?
Yes, tell them this shepherd is looking for them, and they should tell you where they are. Then I will come and get them. Thank you.
Wait, excuse me. May I have your name, please?
Snetsky.
And your first name?
How soon do you need that?
Never mind. Forget your first name.
I did.
My name is Leon Stepanovich Tolchinsky, and I am going to be the new school teacher.
Is that a fact? I'm very honored to meet you, Leon Stepanovich Tolchinsky. I am something Snetsky. Will you be staying the night?
Oh, you don't understand. Kalenchikov is going to be my new home. I'm going to live here and to teach here. I am, if I may say so, an excellent teacher.
Well, they all were. They came by the thousands, but not a one of them lasted through the first night. Oh, it's so hard to blow these. I don't know how the sheep do it.
You mean you've had thousands of teachers?
More, hundreds. We're unteachable. We're all stupid in Kalenchikov. There isn't a town or village more stupid in all of Mother Poland.
Russia.
Whatever. All good people, mind you, but not a decent brain among them. Oh, that feels so good. I just opened my ears. I thought you were whispering. What were you saying?
You mean every man, woman, and child?
All stupid, including me. Talk to me another 10 minutes and you'll begin to notice.
But I was hired by a Dr. Zubritsky to teach his young daughter.
Oh, teach his daughter? Impossible. The girl is hopeless. 19 years old, and she just recently learned to sit down. She's hopeless. She doesn't know the difference between a cow and a duck. Not that that's an easy subject, mind you.
Something is up here. I thought nothing of it then, but I did notice when I first read the advertisement that every word was misspelled. I'm sure Dr. Zubritsky will be able to explain all of this to me. Well, thank you, Citizen Snetsky. You've been most helpful. I've enjoyed our chat.
As did I, Master Tolchinsky. He's not the only one who can have private thoughts. I can have private thoughts as well. Trouble is, I can never think of a thought to have in private. Oh, I must be on my way. Goodbye, schoolmaster.
I'm sure we'll meet again.
Oh, of course. Just mention my name to anyone. Snetsky the sheep loser.
All right.
Standing ovation here.
Now remember, you're going to call in the last quarter of our hour. So be prepared to call in. What is that number, Carrie?
275-1400.
Yes, we want you to call in the last quarter. We will let you know when it's time to do that, and you're going to win 2 general admission tickets to the
opening
play.
night.
To opening night.
Opening
Very
night.
good. To Fools.
So general admission's only $12, but these tickets are worth $100 a piece.
Because it's opening night.
And you got them on the radio at KRLN. Hey, let's talk to
Or
Dennis.
1,000 kopecks.
Oh, yeah.
Rubles. Yeah, that's it.
So Dennis has to get scooting here, so let's talk to Dennis.
Yeah.
What's your experience with theater? You said you've been in several plays.
I have. Years ago, I was in Annie Get Your Gun. And then I played a couple melodramas with Kathy and Ed Norton had written. And then this last Christmas, I was in a Christmas play at the old Presbyterian Church.
That was good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got to see
The
that.
Whistler? Was that?
No, this was a
No?
year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, a year
Yeah,
ago.
it was the night before Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's right. Rob was in the Whistler.
Yeah.
Sorry, got that confused.
And then this one.
Good. Old hand.
He
You
is
have
an
any
old
questions for Dennis?
Old
man.
is
He's been
good.
around for a while. And you're an experienced retiree.
No, I just retired in October. So
Oh, okay.
Again.
I
again,
thought that's what I
From-
meant. You're experienced at retirement.
I spent most of my career in law enforcement. I was a detective with the Canyon Police Department for 20 years.
Nice.
Then I worked for Department of Corrections investigator.
And you worked with Kathy.
I worked
At
with
some
Kathy for many moons. Many.
And you had quite an adventure that relates to Fools with Kathy.
Yes.
What did you do?
There were 4 of us with the Sister Cities association where we went to Valdai, Russia. And
Nice.
we went over and we stayed for 2 weeks and taught them several programs that we have in Canyon City. And in turn, they came over for 3 weeks with a group of police officers and learned our system.
Interesting. And did you bring anything back with you that you can apply to this play?
Yes, I brought a Russian shirt and a couple of fur hats and
Nice.
Any of those nesting dolls? Those
plenty of those.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Trushkas, yeah.
We brought some vodka, but it's gone. I think someone took it.
Yeah, must have.
That's medicine, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not what's in those bottles in front of you right now?
No.
And the really cool thing was that what we've been able to do is because we had such amazing hosts through the Fremont County Sister City Association, that we lived with people. They were so open about sharing their culture. And so as we started into preparing for this show, then we were able to share those experiences and share pictures and just talk about the culture and how rich it is. And I think that kind of added another level to our show.
That's neat. Very neat. Okay, let's see. What is the name of our sister city? Not everybody may know that.
That is Valdai, Russia, Valdai. And we've had a very active Sister City Association for many, many years, because it was well over 20 years ago that we were involved with it. And it's just neat to see that you can have those connections halfway across the world, that you can share those experiences, you can share history and just the richness of individual cultures.
And no matter what's going on in politics.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's great. Yeah.
And that's what we found, is that the personal connections that we made with these people, I mean, some of them I think we could call them today and we would still have that connection. And so
awesome.
being able to make those connections on a personal level is just, it was a real blessing.
That is very cool.
Kathy, I'm surprised at something I just noticed. You're using the microphone. I know you're standing about 6 feet back from the microphone, but when you were in my play, you were the only one that didn't need a microphone.
I have seldom needed a microphone. It served me well when I was a police officer.
No bullhorn required. No
She projects well.
But even on the radio, I thought, your part, we could just open the window and everybody would hear you.
Tom. Don't badger our guests.
No offense, Bacon.
Badgering our guests. Kathy came by last night to Papa's and got some more pizzas. Or where did you get a pizza?
Yes, I did. Yeah, hot Hawaiian.
Yeah,
Oh,
she shared
cool.
with you.
You know what, Tom?
You're wearing a hot Hawaiian shirt today, baby.
Let's cut to a break, and we want to remind everybody you're going to be calling in our fourth quarter of the hour. We want you to call in so you can win the 2 tickets to the opening night of Fools. So right now we're going to take commercial, and when we come back, we're going to talk to our other cast member, Rob Pollan, about his experience in the theater. So don't go away.
This house, Brad. Just the place for some songwriting inspiration. It could be a song about home insurance or auto insurance or a car home bundle with Nationwide. 2 songs in one. What would you call that? A crossover?
I think it's more of a mashup, Peyton.
Yeah, a mashup. Genius. Let's make a mashup.
For all your mini signs, there's Nationwide. Call your local Assurance Partners agent at 275-7421 today or visit them downtown at 408 Main Street.
Savings compared to standalone price of each policy. Products availability varies by state agent and other factors. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company, Columbus, Ohio.
If you're going out to eat but you're not sure where you want to go, try Mr. Ed's Family Restaurant right here in Canyon City. When you get there, you'll get fast service, a large amount of choices for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and a very friendly staff that'll take care of you. If you haven't tried their giant cinnamon rolls in the morning, you've got to try them. If it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you'll always find something delicious at Mr. Ed's Family Restaurant, Canyon City.
Just let me hear some of that rock and roll music.
Join MusicRewind.com at the Rock and Roll Party, an absolutely essential 3 CD collection to keep the celebration going.
It's gotta be rock and roll music if you
Start the festivities today with Rock and Roll Party at musicrewind.com or call 800-206-5002. Order now and you'll also receive a bonus of reduced shipping and handling. Just enter or mention promo code PARTY65. Get the party started at musicrewind.com or call 800-206-5002. Pay only $19.98 for 60 rock and roll hits on 3 CDs. Don't forget promo code PARTY65 for your special savings on shipping. This offer is available for a limited time to U.S. residents only and cannot be combined with any other offer.
It's Right Time Radio. I'm Tom Bruno with my co-host Lynn Donovan standing next to me, ready to talk some more.
He's ready to talk.
Well, good. Ask Rob some questions about his phenomenal experience in the theater and how he got roped into this one.
Yeah, it's a really good story, Rob, so please share that with us.
Oh, well, I was blessed to get roped into Ray Limbaugh's play The Whistler. Ray and my wife, they worked really well together. Audra Paulin. She
really is a famous actress.
Yeah, she's very amazing. I'm super blessed. And I got roped into that play, and I loved it. I had to play a deacon, so it's not a stretch for a pastor. And I had to be married to my wife. It was a perfect fit. It was nice and easy. But it was my first time in theater, and I was really stretched, and I loved it. And I got to meet Kathy there. And while we were in the middle of rehearsing The Whistler, she asked if I was interested in joining her for another play coming up in February. And she tried to rope me in by saying that my Uncle Brendan, or my uncle-in-law Brendan Pardue, would be in it, and you'd get to be there with your wife, and it'd be fun and family and lots of laughter.
There was more to it than that, right?
Yeah. She was. So I agreed. Sure, we'll do this, Audra. This sounds fun. We'll do it. And Kathy gave the script to my wife, and I didn't look at it because I'm not very smart.
Typecasting.
Yeah, a couple of weeks go by, and I finally do look at the script, and I notice that I'm the lead role. And so I quickly go back to rehearsal at The Whistler, and I tell Kathy, I can't do this. I haven't even done this show. We haven't even done a showing yet of The Whistler, and I'm just a supporting role. I can't do a lead role. I have to say no. Kathy, I just can't do it. The answer's no. And she tells me, she looks me in the eyes, and she says, well, do you want someone else kissing your wife? No. All right. Yeah, so she keeps saying that,
Way to go, Kathy.
I was invited. No, I was drugged. Manipulated.
Perhaps a slight bit of coercion.
Oh, but I'm having so much fun. This is such an exciting play. If you don't want to laugh, then don't come, because this play is hilarious. We're so blessed as a cast and crew, and we cannot make it through yet without laughing. It is so much fun.
Yeah, that's always a good sign when you're laughing at it, too. So.
Even though I was coerced into this, I'm having a blast, and it's a lot of fun.
And Rob is a natural. He has a background as a professional musician, but he just has that natural comedic talent, and the way that he has taken this character and just grown it, because I actually directed this show 27 years ago for Fremont Civic Theater, and the changes. I told you I was 12, and so but to see the changes and the way that they have brought these characters to life, and everything that he is bringing to this role has just, it just opens my eyes, and I'm blessed. I've got an amazing cast.
Well, that opening snippet, I thought, well, first of all, you got a good, rich voice, and then that enthusiasm, that's perfect for that role. I can see. I'm real excited. My wife and I are going to hit opening night for sure.
I'd love that I can be dork.
And it's okay. It's accepted by society.
Yes.
What, you say you're a musician. What are your musical
I was playing a bass guitar in many different country bands. I moved to Nashville, tried to make it as a famous musician, but I play the drums, guitar. If it makes noise, I'll try to make noise with it. I sing. I lead worship at our church. I play guitar and sing, and I love it. I love making a joyful noise for God.
Amen.
Yeah, that's
Tom's family's very talented in music too. Our opening music was written by your oldest son.
The opening music to Right Time Radio. That's by my oldest son, Lucas Bruno.
Nice.
And then my second son has written several compositions now. We haven't played any of those or anything, but And
Mostly
then all
piano,
three of
right?
them can play piano, and my oldest percussion. But anyway,
Yeah,
you might
yeah.
want to recruit them, but they don't live here. You know, for your
there's
worship
that.
band or
They
whatever.
come down quite a bit.
Not yet. I'm working on that. Trying to get them to move down here.
That's right.
They're
That's
good
right.
kids.
I'd like to share just a little bit about who some of my other cast members
I would
are, because
love to know that.
you talk about a blessing. I mean, and the good Lord brought the right people into the right place all at the right time. And so not only do we have that multi-generational and that multi-experience, but some of you will recognize names like Brendan Pardue. And Brendan has a fabulous character that he has just really
Does he
taken.
play an animal?
He does not.
Oh.
No.
Well, then it's not typecasting.
No, it's not. But I do have Audra, Rob's beautiful wife, and so talented. She was in Shrek, she was in Annie, she in The Whistler, and she is just amazing. The chemistry obviously between these two is something that a director just you wish for, and I'm blessed. We also have Patrick Mulready. If you went to The Whistler, he was the villain, and he has a super fun role in this play. We have Paul Petke, who plays the father, Dr. Zubritsky. Paul has been in some shows. Kathy Splitgerber, if you've been around theater for the last 5 or 6 years, she is just such an amazing character actress and brings so much energy. And so she was in Bad Year for Tomatoes and Exit Laughing and Dracula, the Valedictorian and the Sorcerer. She was in our Christmas show. So she just fun lady.
Yes.
Haley Atkinson is also in our show. She was in Death Trap and Exit Laughing and the Christmas show.
And the Sorcerer again,
Valedictorian and the Sorcerer.
She was ad-libbing in my play. That stinker.
Yeah, that would be Haley. We have a lady named Claire Anderson. She comes to us from Pueblo West. She was a drama teacher in the schools, retired, and then was involved with Steel City Players, but she came over, auditioned for our show, and she has nailed the part that she's got. We have Ray Linebaugh, and he was the director, producer, and lead in The Whistler, but we have him in a character role. We have Jane Ann Carver, which maybe people will remember from Driving Miss Daisy and some other shows. So she's got kind of a smaller role, but it's so much fun. And we have some other folks. We have 3 sheep in the show, and because Dennis needs some sheep. And then we've got a couple of villagers. And so I think that's our cast. And but so much fun and an amazing crew that have all come together. The cohesiveness with this group, with working with the Rialto board, with working with the Rialto players, my cast that came on and we're almost immediately a family. It's just been so dynamic, and this is a group that I think we'll see each other 10 years down the road and we'll still have that connection.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. Now, are you going to have some people on the stage that we might be surprised to see?
We will have a cameo role, but we're not going to reveal that because we want it to kind of be a surprise. And we're still kind of maybe playing with just a little bit of an audience participation. So people will want to come and see if that fleshes out. So some surprises. Of course, we're using this magnificent Rialto space, and so we're trying to use different levels and components of that.
The venue is awesome. It's amazing.
Yeah,
venue.
and our set. Oh my gosh! So you're gonna love to see our set. It's a little unconventional, very creative. A gentleman named Jack, who's from Pueblo, has a long professional history with the National Children's Theater in Minneapolis. Has designed our set, and so it's got kind of a little quirky thing. We have a balcony scene for Leon and for Sophia. And so, just a lot of super cool, fun stuff.
Very cool.
That is really, that sounds like the all-stars of,
I'm telling you.
Fremont County, really, and beyond. You've got some
beyond.
from Pueblo, and that is amazing. Yeah, all from set to actors, and of course, I will say, I know Kathy is a very good director. She helped me out a lot. She should have helped me out more. But she is a really great director with a lot of experience.
That's right.
So you're going to have a really great show. And if you don't win the tickets, go buy some for $12 for heaven's sake. That's a cheap date. Okay.
10 for students.
10 for students and seniors.
So they show an ID to prove their students, basically, and then...
I don't think we're going to get real twisted up about it. But yeah, if I am not on the fact board, so I will defer to them. But we do have concessions.
Good.
So that's always good. Yeah.
That's good.
And
I hope you make some concessions.
Yeah. Oh, we made a lot of concessions. But no, it's really, and the costuming. Oh my gosh, the costuming is so fun.
Yeah.
And we've had people. Our cast has just really jumped in. You know, it's hard when you're doing community theater. A lot of times you don't have a budget. A lot of your budget ends up being the licensing and buying scripts. And so my cast has just jumped in, and they'll come in with these amazing props and costumes, and they're like, "What do you think?" And I mean, they know their character, they know what's going to work,
right?
Wow,
and so it's all playing together. And then we have Tom and Melanie that are wardrobers. Yes, and he's kind of overseeing all of that to make sure it's cohesive. And we have some kind of surprises that we kind of busted out last night for a couple of our characters.
Yeah.
Some wardrobe things that I think will be.
Rob's over here cracking up. There must be something behind the scenes we're not knowing.
Don't fall off your chair now.
Just don't know why you asked me to wear my costume today.
It's like, what? We're on the radio? I have to wear my costume? No. So it helps, right? It helps. Right.
Get into character. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we really enjoyed the snippet that you did earlier. So
that's so funny.
That alone was hysterical. I can't wait to see the whole play.
Oh, it gets better.
Oh, yes. That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Tip of the iceberg. Very cool.
Fun. All right. So stand by for your chance to win some tickets to Fools starting, and it's opening night tickets. Is that correct? February 21st.
21st.
February 21st.
And what are the rest of the days that we can go, just in case we missed that?
So we have Friday, Saturday, Sunday afternoon, and the following Friday, Saturday, Sunday afternoon. So we start Friday, February 21st, Saturday, February 22nd, then the afternoon at 3 o'clock on the 23rd, then the following weekend, Friday the 28th, Saturday the 29th at 7 p.m., with our final matinee on March 1st at 3. And that's all at the Rialto, right there on Main Street in Florence.
Right.
And is it appropriate for kids?
Absolutely. Family friendly. Yeah, we're very much into that.
And is it appropriate for teenagers too?
Yes.
I think they will even enjoy it.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
My teenager at home has laughed already hysterically. It's
as you rehearse at home?
Very good.
Oh, good. How old's your teenager?
Family.
17.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, that could be cynical, but it could
good
be
sampling.
Fun.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to take one more break. When we come back, get ready to dial your phone. What is it? 275-1400.
Bruce McCandless Veterans Community Living Center in Florence is basically a home for our veteran heroes. The Veterans Community Living Center serves only veterans, veteran spouses, and Gold Star parents, creating a unique atmosphere among long-term care facilities. Residents enjoy camaraderie with other veterans and respect from staff and volunteers who value the contributions these servicemen, women, and their families have made for our country. Bruce McCandless Veterans Community Living Center in Florence.
February is Customer Appreciation Month at the Artist Gallery. Artists have selected the merchandise and selected a special discount for the month of February for you. Do you know what to get your Valentine? It's that one piece of art that speaks to your heart. Winter hours are 10:30 to 5:30, open 7 days a week. Come in for First Friday celebration this Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. The Artists Gallery, 416 Main in beautiful downtown Canyon City. Paintings, cards, sculpture, jewelry, and more.
February is Dental Month at Fremont Veterinary Hospital. Our pets are prone to many of the same dental problems as we are. Nearly 80% of pets over the age of 3 have periodontal disease. Therefore, it is important to maintain healthy oral habits for our pets to ensure overall health and wellness. During the month of February, all oral health products are 10% off. Also, come in for any regularly scheduled visit and receive a dental evaluation at no additional charge. Call 719-269-3349 to schedule an appointment and to get more information today.
KRLN weather, mostly cloudy today, 40% chance of more light snow. The high today around 35. Mostly cloudy this evening, then becoming partly cloudy overnight, then on your 20. Sunny, breezy, and warmer tomorrow, the high around 52. 22 was our low this morning after a high of 45 yesterday. Up to 7 o'clock this morning, 3 inches of snow yielding 0.22 of an inch of precip. The current temperature at 32 degrees.
Talk Radio 1400 KRLN.
Thank you, Fremont Regional Hospice, for supporting and sponsoring Right Time Radio. All right, we're back with the cast of fools.
The director and a
I could
cast
say that so
member.
dramatically. Yeah. No, actually, we only have the director and one of the cast, but it is just about time for that giveaway. But right now, I want to just say, Doug, call yet. Yeah, I know we had a couple calls during the break, and that's good. Get your fingers ready. But anyway, Kaleidoscope over on 6th and Main is hosting an author get-together. All the authors of the month for the last few months.
They're celebrating their 1 year in business there at 6th and Main, and so they've invited all the authors that have been author of the month to come in tonight. So you and I'll be there. I'll be there for a little while, but then I got something else.
Yeah, so you can get Lynn Donovan's autograph.
You could. And they've also got a kangaroo, which is kind of one of the draws for tonight also.
You saying a kangaroo can write as well as I can?
I think it's, well, what can we you've stumped me. I don't know what to say.
Well, it will be a hoppy occasion.
It will be a hoppy occasion, yes.
Put that in your pocket. Yeah.
Pam told me from the Kaleidoscope that they're expecting record-breaking numbers of people showing up tonight. So the other thing we want you to know is that Kathy is going to be there, and she's going to be handing out flyers. And so if you have any more questions about the play, The Fools, you can talk to her, and she'll have tickets.
And what time? We would prefer that they go to the ticket outlets, just so that I don't lose the tickets.
Yeah.
And what time are we there?
5 to 7 p.m. And it really depends on the crowd. If the crowd's still, carrying on, she'll keep the place open. So it's open till everybody gets out.
And
of there.
no excuses about, I don't like the weather, because I just drove down from Colorado Springs.
Yes, he did.
No big deal. So get down there to downtown.
You had to take your
First
time.
Friday at the Kaleidoscope from 5 to 7.
Yeah, and that's because, we normally coordinate with them, and we have the author of the month here on the show, and then we have them at the Kaleidoscope. Well, this time, since it's the 1 year celebration for them, they've invited all the authors back, and so Kathy, not necessarily being an author of books and such, she's an author of plays, but anyway, she's going to be there promoting The Fools play. So if you're interested in getting into community theater, you can talk to her. You can catch her. She's just going to kind of be wandering around.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we ought to have a First Friday snowball fight.
I
You go
agree.
right ahead.
I mean, there's a lot of snow
You go
out there. right
ahead, and I'll judge it.
Yeah, all right.
She'll judge it.
You should come talk to Kathy, because if you can get to know her, you can be, like Rob here, Rob Paulin, is it?
Yes.
Now he's being scouted for all these Broadway shows.
That's right.
True.
Yeah.
So,
I heard New York was calling.
Yes, I've had to get an agent.
All right, I'm going to say this is it. I want whoever wants to try to win these 2 tickets, give us a phone call. We're just looking for the phone to ring.
Are we going to
and
ask the
we're
question?
going to-
What's the question?
We're feeling kind of foolish today. I think we'll just take the first caller.
All right.
So,
All
2
right.
tickets
All
to
you gotta do
opening
is
night.
call in.
Just give us a call, 275-1400. We would love to have you at the production. And it's, like we said, it's going to be very family friendly. The show, it's Neil Simon, so it is so well written, and it is so just laugh upon laugh upon laugh. We just...
Hilarious.
And we every now and again will add a little something, some kind of physicality that just really accents that. And so we hope that the community can come out and support not only this show, but support the Rialto
Yes,
Theater as they
absolutely.
continue all of their work. There have been so many people over the years that have put their lives, their blood,
Yes.
their sweat, their tears into this to make this a really premier venue.
Hello, you're on 1400 Carolyn Live. I bet you want those tickets.
I want those tickets.
All right, who is this?
This is Dean Brady, the garden guy.
Dean Brady, the garden guy.
Nice.
Oh, my.
Congratulations.
Yeah, like I just listened. I'm like going, wow, they're going to give some away. I can finally get something.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, we put your name down for you're the winner, and all you got to do is come by KRLN and pick those up anytime you want to before the 21st.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you for
Appreciate it, guys.
calling in.
All right.
Okay, thanks, Dean.
I wasn't standing.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, you would have.
All right.
Okay. You know, we were talking about how much the Rialto Theater has come in just the past 30 years, really, because it was condemnable at one point.
Well, just in the past 10, right? Because
Yeah.
when I first got here, it was still
In pretty
very
bad
raw. They
shape.
hadn't done the foundation work. They
Yeah.
hadn't done the roof yet.
Right.
And it's just amazing. So if you have a little extra money in your pocket when you go to the play,
Yeah, make a
drop it off for
donation.
them to
Absolutely.
help them get it finished.
Tell us a little more about that Rialto, because it is an awesome building.
It really, truly is. And, you know, it's neat to have such an icon in Fremont County.
Mm-hmm.
So it's my understanding that they started building it in 1920. They finished it in 1923. One of the few theaters in the region that had what we call a fly space. This is a 50-foot fly space. So what that means is that at one time, they could actually have suspended set pieces or flats or curtains that would drop down from the ceiling to make the scene changes. And I think that that is kind of a bygone thing for smaller theaters. Obviously, you know, you see that in the large professional theaters. But to know that we had that for so long, and then over the years, you know, it did evolve, and it went from, you know, being like a movie theater, and then I know at one time the Florence School District had it, and then we had some people that stepped up from the community over the years that just really and truly saw that this was a gem for Fremont County. They have worked so hard, especially the last several years. I mean, the boards that have been working with this venue have really dedicated their lives to making this be a venue that everybody can come into. They can feel welcome. They can just revel in the beauty and the history of this building. And so we want to thank the FACT folks, Florence Architectural Cultural Traditions. We kind of generically call them the Rialto Board, but I mean, there's so much that goes into that. And so thanks to everybody that is on that board, has served on that board. We recognize all of that, and we appreciate what you have done to get us to this point.
Absolutely,
And,
we do.
So, 2.5 years ago, I did a melodrama there. It was a dinner theater melodrama, and they didn't have hardly anything. It was just that foundational work had been done, and that was good because we could set up tables. So it's a very variable venue, very variable venue.
It's a versatile venue.
Versatile is a good word, too.
Not very voluminous. Verily.
Speaking of you being an author, let's talk about something we got going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, we're going to switch tracks here, but we'll come back and say thank you to our guests here in a minute. Tom and Lynn here, standing next to each other.
Yes.
We have a series going, and we've talked about it and had some excerpts on it before. But book 6 of the series, Beyond the Veil, is coming out on Tuesday. We're having an event. It starts at 4 p.m. on Facebook at
3:45.
3:45. You're right. We moved it to 3. Yeah. So remember that odd time. 3:45 on Tuesday.
And what
are we going to do?
Yeah. Well, where do they go to participate in that?
On Facebook, it's called the Beyond the Veil Readers Series, Beyond the Veil Series Readers Group.
Right.
And go ahead and sign up for that now so you can, get a little notification. But we'll probably do a giveaway of a book or so, and we're going to have
It's going to be different than the other launch parties. We're not going to be just, telling you who we are, because you already know who we are. We're going to be doing live snippets of each of our books. And so
there's
you're
6
the
of
first to know that, because we haven't revealed that to our people on Facebook yet.
That's true. We're just starting to... We just figured it all out yesterday.
We really did. But I mean, I'm just saying our audience is the first one to know. Where all 5 of us are going to go live and read a snippet from each of our individual books, ending with the author that is our launch.
And who is that?
February 11th. His name is M.B. Mooney. And
Right.
his book is Entangled with a Golem.
Yeah, so the whole concept of this series, if you haven't been following it, is that there is a scientific community that creates this facility in the mountains of Colorado, and they're looking for quantum entanglement, and something goes wrong, and
Yes, exactly.
and they open a portal to another world. That's already been happened in the first 2 books, and creatures come over from this other world, and the other world doesn't know what love is. It's so sad.
Yeah,
And
so those creatures are amazed when they
and they're
they
so
find
attracted
love on
to
our
love.
side, yeah.
Find loves in all the right places. So
That's right, because it's a mashup of romance and fantasy and a little bit of sci-fi. But don't be scared of that, because it really is some fun stories, and it's a great read. So
It is.
I hope everybody will get involved on that Facebook group so you can see and hear the snippets and learn more about the series as it progresses. We've got some more books after those.
and since we have a couple singers in our midst, the opening at 3:45 is going to be a song by M.B. Mooney, the author. On his real name is Britt Mooney. He also is a pastor, by the way.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
In
Rob.
Swanee, Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not Swanee, Alabama.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Swanee,
That's
Georgia.
right. He call in?
He did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
we've had him on the show. We have.
And so he's going to be singing live for you on Facebook. Anyway, that's our
enough
promo
about
for
us, right?
Yeah.
Back to Kathy. Kathy, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Being on the
Thanks
show.
to Rob and to
Thank you,
Dennis for
Rob.
their willingness to be here
Yes,
today. And
yes. Well, it takes the entire morning because we do some rehearsal and then we come here. So we really appreciate you giving us your time. And this is a lot of fun. I'm so excited to see this play.
Thank you. I just want to encourage everybody out there, support community theater,
Yes.
support our small town, go to high school sports, go to junior high sports. It's
All
such
of
a
that.
blessing. It's way better than anything on Netflix. I'm telling you.
That's right.
I'm telling you right now.
It's real.
And it's really good, too. These guys, I mean, they've got so much experience, except for Rob. And then, except for the lead guy. But as you heard from his snippet, he is really good. He did that all from memory, too, by the way.
Yeah, he
so
was
he's
not
already got
looking
his
at the
lines
script.
down, and it's 2 weeks till opening, so.
Yeah, we're very impressed. I can't wait to see him kiss his wife. I'm thinking
few
that's
times.
going to be
Yeah,
hot.
Me too. I can't wait.
I didn't know it was a romance.
We love romances, don't we, Tom?
Yeah, that's our series. All right, that's our show for today. If you want to be on our show, we've got about 30 seconds to give a little plug. Get your stuff submitted to righttimeradio@gmail.com. That's WRITE, righttimeradio@gmail.com, and we'll answer you, right?
We will.
No, you will.
We as
Because you're
in
the
I.
administrative queen.
Yes.
So-
And Fools is February 21, 22, 28, and 29 at 7 o'clock, and February 23rd and March 1st at 3 p.m. Be sure to come out to the Rialto in Florence and check it out. It's going to be fun. Good date night.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm taking Elsa. Hey, so also, if you missed the snippet at the beginning, you can catch it probably later this afternoon or early
Yep.
tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Lynn will have it up on Right Time Radio at my-free-webs.
Yeah.
Okay.
.web.
Bye.
All right. Thanks for listening this week to Right Time Radio on 1400 KRLN.
Holiday, anniversary, birthday party, celebrate at Pizza Madness, 509 Main Street, Canyon City. This is AM 1400 KRLN, Canyon City, Penrose.